Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I'm the Big B82 and this is part 59 of my Discovery Era Science Officer. We're about to undertake another mission here in the Delta Quadrant. In fact, we're going to be doing some side missions which aren't part of the Delta Quadrant arc, but the RAP mission is. And that's the Kobali Crisis, and then the Kobali Front, and then we're going to be doing the Kobali Crisis Act 1. Which means basically we're going to be on Kobali Prime for a little while. So if you just bear with me when I howl for the Rapper mission, and then we'll get the show on the road.
Are you familiar with the Kobali? Their homeworld is under attack by the Vaaduwar, and they've requested our aid. I informed the head of their military that you would render them support on the ground. Their city has been under siege for months and cannot take much more. Please do what you can on Kobali Prime to stop the Vaaduwar from destroying the Kobali.
Okay, so this accept.
Hello.
And then let's enter the Kobali system. Count the captain's log. The captain's log, Stardate 87155.68. The Vaaduwar have launched a full assault on Kobali Prime. I have been assigned to an Alliance ground task force that is leading the defence of the capital city. Beam down. So we're not going to take Evelyn because she's my first officer. So we'll take our chief engineer again, Tamath.
Hello, I'm Captain Harry Kim, Starfleet's military liaison to Kobali Prime. The Vaaduwar have been assaulting the Kobali homeworld for months now. The Kobali are near a breaking point. They're not trained for war, not like the Vaaduwar. The Alliance is here to stop the Vaaduwar and help the Kobali reclaim their home. You and several others will be leading our forces here. I'll be doing some investigations to help support the effort. Good luck.
Hi. Let's go and speak with the General. General Cornell.
I cannot tell you how good it is to have you here. Our people have been bombarded by the Vaaduwar for months. We cannot take much more of this. Before you go out to the field, I would ask your help within the city. Morale is at an all-time low, and our people could use a boost.
Accept. Right, so basically now we can just bugger off, but if you want to do so,
We
go
can't
into
stop until the
Kobali Crisis.
Vaaduwar leave our world.
Kobali Crisis Act 1. We need your help. This 4-part episode is comprised of the Cavalry, the Sun, the Temple of My People, and Data Recovery. And if you have previously played these episodes, you can replay them by using the console outside to the left of General Cornell's command center, command chamber in Kobali City. So,
We've
accept.
been fighting this war for nearly a year now, and it's taking a toll on our troops. We are a peaceful people. This is the first time my soldiers have been exposed to death and destruction on this scale. They're demoralized and depressed. I'm concerned about the long-term effects on their mental health. You have more experience than we do in battle. It would help if you could speak to our soldiers and share your insights. Please stop by the med bay. Some of the wounded there have asked to meet you.
Accept. Let's go and speak. The wounded in the med bay.
The Alliance needs your help. Hello.
Yeah, not doing that one just yet, Commander.
My brother, my sister, they're both dead. I couldn't help them. You have to avenge them. Make their deaths worth something. do what I could not.
Well, I will pay for everything that I have done to you. Not something a Starfleet officer would say.
You're from the Alpha Quadrant. We've been fighting for so long. I don't know how much longer I can do it.
This war is going to end soon.
The Vaaduwar just do whatever they want. They want our home. They want our future. We can't keep going like this.
You will have peace again soon, I promise.
Thank you. It may not seem like much, but you've given those soldiers hope. We have several officers who were recently promoted, who might need some additional training, as well as several tasks that could use your presence. Would you mind taking one of them along to let him shadow you? There is so much we could learn from an experienced Starfleet officer.
Of course your officer can shadow me. What tasks need to be done?
We have Vaaduwar weapons that are known to have properties hazardous to the Kobali. Could you scan the crates containing the weapons and determine what the chemical traces are? Nothing we have has been able to identify it. And I've been told you are quite skilled in this area.
I'll find one in your Talcuna, and then check the possible weapons for chemicals. Talcuna. No, so we need to Anak Nashkwelder. Nashkwedel. Greetings, animal. Greetings, animal. One of our recent promoted officers was ready to shadow you, and he's eager to learn from your actions and learn whatever he can. Are you ready? I'm ready. Call this captain out.
Reporting for duty, sir. It is a pleasure to watch you in action, sir.
Alright. Scan Vaaduwar weapons for biochemicals.
How interesting. I hadn't thought to calibrate our scanners to detect the chemicals in that frequency. Where did you learn how to do that?
Some time ago, I had to deal with several foreign substances that were difficult to scan.
Interesting. I have so little experience out in the field. I've just been studying everything that I can. Sorry to interrupt. Let's continue.
Let's examine some more chemicals.
This is Captain Kim. I found some information for you.
Okay, Captain. On me way.
Permission to speak freely.
Granted. What is it, Captain?
Something isn't right here. I've done some investigating, and I don't think the Kobali are being entirely truthful with us.
What have you found?
Not so much found as observed. The Vaaduwar clearly have superior firepower, tactics, and training, right? So why haven't they already wiped the Kobali out? They haven't hesitated to do so on other worlds. Sure, the Kobali have a shield around the capital, but they've been fighting the Vaaduwar for months now, and they're consistently losing troops and territory. I don't understand how the Vaaduwar haven't already taken the capital and finished this.
Unless the Vaaduwar's goal was not to take the city.
Exactly. There has to be some other objective for the Vaaduwar here, and we need to find out what it is. We have to help the Kobali, and we can't do it if we're blinded.
I want you to continue investigating this while I help with the war efforts.
Understood. I won't let you down.
Excellent. I will return to the General and see what else is needed. Right, ready to speak with the General.
We can't stop until the Vaaduwar leave our world.
I have done what I could in the city, General.
Thank you for your assistance. Your presence here means we're not fighting alone anymore. That's more important than you know. My son is in the trenches now, and he could use your... Wait, what's that?
What was it?
The Vaaduwar are at the gates. You have to help us.
Alright, let's go. Enemy at the gates. Which kid do they actually think they're going to succeed? I'll look for more Vaaduwar. Interesting.
Kim here. Something definitely isn't right. The General is waiting for you. I'll keep trying to figure this out.
Something smells rotten in the state of Kobali. That was too close, Admiral. If you hadn't been here, your stand against the Vaaduwar will give our people the motivation they need to keep fighting. And they have so much more to do. The Vaaduwar made it this far. I fear my son. I fear for my son in the trenches.
My son Jitanian is commanding our forces outside the city. The Vaaduwar should never have reached us without so much as a warning from him. Something must have happened. Here is his position in the field. Take the nearby transporter and make your way to his command post. He may need assistance.
Okay, so let's go and do this. Transporter pad is offline, sir. According to my scans, it was disabled very recently. It seems there's a problem in the trenches. Looks like we're taking a long way to Commander Jitanian. It appears so. Better start walking to the city outskirts. It's just pure laziness, ain't it? I mean, transporting here. Very well.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
How come I have your general's son?
I am, although I understand your confusion. Kobali reproduce by reanimating corpses and then integrating them into our society. We're assigned to existing family groups who teach and care for us. My first life was a long one. I don't remember it, however. I am Kobali, and my father is a source of inspiration and wisdom for me.
Wait, what?
My people do not reproduce in what you would consider a normal fashion. Instead, we use a genetic virus to alter the DNA of corpses from other species, reanimating them and transforming them into Kobali. We call this process rebirth. The process takes several months. Afterward, a new Kobali is assigned to a family group who will help him or her adjust to our culture and learn our language. All memories of the Constaya or past life are left behind. It can be difficult to accept this new life, and my father was of great help to me during this time. Some Kobali cannot accept the change and flee to search for their former lives. In these cases, it's our duty to find these lost souls and help them return.
Why do you reproduce this way?
This is not something we normally discuss with outsiders. Suffice it to say, our ancestors experimented with forces they did not understand, and we were irrevocably changed by their folly. Faced with our own extinction, we found a way to survive. Now rebirth is the greatest gift we can give to the dead. Who wouldn't want a second chance at life?
I see. The General said you needed help?
Yes, we have two problems. Our transporters in our forward base have stopped working, and troop morale is low after the last attack. Could you give us a hand by getting more soldiers back into the fight? I'm still looking into the issue with the transporters.
I'll see what I can do for the soldiers. Right, so we need to convince some soldiers to fight back. To Mav.
Thank you. The soldiers have been beaten down so much I can barely keep them going, but they seem bolstered by the outside help. We still have no idea what's disrupting our transporters. Maybe you can find something on the Vaaduwar or from any of their crates in that area.
I'll figure out how to get the transporters working. Alright, so it would seem if the transporters aren't working, then the Vaaduwar are using some form of transport inhibitor. We found some data on the Vaaduwar's plans, but it's fragmented. Found the mission. To the Kobali side. According to this information, the Vaaduwar have placed transport inhibitors in the area to block the Kobali advance orders. Send the data to the Hajinin. We'll need a way to disable these inhibitors. Send in 1 moment, sir. Done. The engineering team have found a wavelength of our tricorders can emit disable the inhibitors. We just need to get close enough to the trigger. Good work. Let's go disable the beacons. What the deuce? Jackasses. Sneak up on me. Called it and knew it was a transport inhibitor. I mean, two and two to put together, you know, you don't get fucking six. Any Starfleet officer with an ounce of salt, you get that one out. It's transport here, man. Clearly these guys are too incompetent to scan something. Mind you, he did say that they're not used to fighting a war, so I'm probably being a bit harsh on them.
I need to speak to you as soon as you return to the city.
Okay, then, Captain. I'm not going to be amazed with sarcastic self towards him because, you know, I'm playing a different character. Our Romulan and Klingon characters, however, will not tolerate his insolence.
I've been noticing something strange. When I first met the Kobali, they didn't seem to be a particularly religious people. Lindsay, Jalaya I mean, certainly didn't say anything about it. However, now, almost every Kobali I've met follows one creed. And there's a temple located just beyond the trenches. I've tried to find out more about their practices, but they keep telling me it's forbidden to share them with outsiders.
Do you think this is a religious war?
Maybe, but I don't remember the Vaaduwar having a particular belief system either. This may not be much, but I'll continue my investigations. Maybe this one is a dead end.
Keep at it, Captain Kim. I'm counting on your information. Right, we're going to turn to the General. The Vaaduwar shut down the transporter. They're devious, aren't they? With the transporter operational, we can easily send supplies to our forward base. That will help. I'll let you know when we could use your aid again, but I'm sorry I cannot answer any questions about our religion. Privacy is an essential part of our practice, and the temple is a sacred space. Only the Kobali are permitted to enter.
We are. Congratulations, Admiral. But could you return later? I believe you need a break. You've already done so much for us. We couldn't possibly ask you for more. Thank you again.
Okay.
I've discovered a few interesting things that can help us with the Kobali. Do you have anything on your end?
I mean, granted that the General is acting odd. What do you have?
I've been thinking. Our only way to find out what the Kobali are hiding is through the Vaaduwar. We need to find out where they're focusing their attacks, and then why. That may be able to shed some light on the situation.
Do you know how the Vaaduwar communicate with one another in the field?
Yes. My crew was looking into why our signal jammers weren't working, and we found that the Vaaduwar have comm beacons in all of their camps that act as a miniature subspace array. They can't be jammed because they're shielded, and they provide all the Vaaduwar need for controlled, secure communications. Ingenious, really. I wonder if the Starfleet Corps of Engineers could whip up something like that for us. If Milana were here, I'm sure she could. Anyway, if we could place a trace on one of the Vaaduwar beacons...
We'll have access to wooden communications.
Exactly. Once we find out where the Vaaduwar plan to attack, we can reinforce the Kobali and find out what, if anything, they're hiding. There are 4 communications arrays in the trenches area. Planting a trace on each of them should allow the engineers on your ship to spy on the Vaaduwar.
I'll handle putting the traces on the communications array. Right. Back out into the trenches we go. We'll be lazy and we'll use the first one near close by. Yeah, it's pretty close to it. Let's not use the transporter. Let's go and walk to it. Shot from? Knock, motherfuckers. Hello. You stood no chance. Here for you, Ray.
Enemy targets on them.
These arseholes cloak.
Flanking damage detected.
We received your data, sir. Give us a few moments to process it. We had the data. Although the trace is cut short, the Vaaduwar must have discovered him. The Vaaduwar's tactical plan seems to revolve around the temple, not the city itself. According to this, there's a large sealed door that they've been unable to break through until now. They're planning a large assault on the area soon. Thank you. Connect me with Captain Kim. Let's see who he needs to hear about this.
Your timing is impeccable. A large squad of armed Kobali just left, but they wouldn't say where they were going. Did you find any information?
Well, whereabouts are after the Kobali temple, not the city.
The temple? That must be where the Kobali are going. We have to help the Kobali defend that temple. Afterwards, maybe we can see why it's so important to the Vaaduwar.
Agreed. I'll go to the temple and support the Kobali. So, we need to head this way. Hold this position. Kent.
The temple is secure and the doors to it are still open? This is our chance. Go ahead. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Understood. I'll be waiting for you inside the Kobali temple. Again, we're not taking evidence. Evelyn is, of course, my first officer. She shouldn't be coming with us. We should always take our tactical officer with us, and the chief engineer. First officers are irreplaceable. Engineers, not so much. Quite easy to replace an engineer.
Looks like we've made it to the lowest level of the temple. Let's see what's in there.
He's dead, overwhelmed by weapons. Worldwide weapons. Good old sweep and clear mission. Love them. He deserved that. Might talk to the dying Kobali.
Thank you. If you are here, then it means our secret is revealed. I am sorry, but we did what we needed to survive.
Do you know how to open this door?
Take this. It is the code to open the door. Please, do not judge our people too harshly. You would have done the same if you faced extinction.
We'll see.
That's a lot of stasis pods. Let's get a scan of these. We need to know more.
A scan of the status pod indicates it contains Vaaduwar, not a soldier. This temple was actually a massive storage chamber for the non-military Vaaduwar elite. Your scans indicate the Kobali have been taking Vaaduwar from failed status tubes and converting them into Kobali. Scan for history on the status tubes. There are at least 300 tubes that have had their inhabitants taken and turned into Kobali over the past 10 years. However, many more tubes have been taken since the Kobali arrived on the planet. According to your scans, it is enough that a large portion of the Kobali that you have met were probably once Vaaduwar in the previous lives. Scan data on empty pods. The pods that are emptied again show signs of internal technical failure. No pods that have currently intact have been touched. Of the pods that failed, several of them were repaired and used to store bodies that the Kobali wish to use in their future. Send the data to the Hanjin. Alright. Captain Kim.
I never imagined that we would find this. The Vaaduwar aren't fighting the Kobali over territory. They want their people back. This is why the Kobali stopped wandering. Everything they needed was here. It's not right. Some of the Vaaduwar in the stasis tubes could still be revived. The Vaaduwar are a dying race. Their methods may be extreme, but they're doing what they think they need to do to survive, just like the Kobali are.
We're not here to change the Kobali culture. We're here to protect them from the Vaaduwar.
But their culture is directly interfering with that of the Vaaduwars. Is that right? Just because we like one side better doesn't mean they're the ones who get to survive. Regardless, we need to take this information to the General and get him to explain why they hid this from us. If the Kobali had been up front with us from the start, we could have figured out a better solution for this.
I agree. Let's go meet with the General. You ready to return? Yes. Prime Directive. The Prime Directive, Captain.
You've both returned.
General, we know about the temple. When were you going to tell us?
Secrecy protected our future, Captain.
How are we supposed to help you if you won't even tell us what the problem is?
That's enough, Captain.
Captain Dralier, you're late.
The Kazon delayed me. What's the situation?
The Kobali temple is full of Vaaduwar status pods that have been used.
I see. Captain Kim, no matter our personal feelings, we must follow the Prime Directive. We are not here to change the Kobali culture. We are here to protect them.
We'll talk more about this in private. I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Right, return to the General. I'm sorry, Admiral, for everything. We never should have lied, but you're an outsider, and we learned from past experience that not everyone can accept or even understand what we accept is necessary. I couldn't risk losing your support. It won't happen again. I'll give you all the information you need. Vaaduwar will not stop, even if we return the remaining status pods. You know they won't. Look at what they've done to the Terrae. Even the Krenim have fallen. I'll give you some time. We'll talk again when I have more information about the next move.
Before we begin, I must apologize on behalf of the Kobali people. We meant no harm in using the Vaaduwar. When we found the stasis pods, many of them were damaged beyond saving. We honored their fallen by using their forms to preserve our species. The Vaaduwar, however, do not. Our ways are difficult to understand. For some, they may be reprehensible. No matter what the Vaaduwar think, we cannot end this practice without dooming our species to extinction. And that we will not do. Jetanian has sent word that he needs aid. Are you willing to help him?
Yes. Of course. Captain Kim's an idiot. I'm a Starfleet officer, and I've been given orders, and I must follow them. He can do whatever he wants. I outrank him. You want to tell him to hop on his foot and he hop on one leg? He fucking will, and I fucking tell him to.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
Hanchon, your father, I said you needed more sport?
Yes, thank you for coming. One of our bases has been overrun. That facility contained research vital to our cause. Could you go to the base, recover the data, and bring it to one of our forward command posts? One of our scientists will be there waiting for you.
I'll recover the data from the overrun Kobali base. Let's go. Recover data from the forward base. This data contains biology and Vaaduwar. Kobali was studying the Vaaduwar, Vaaduwar discovered the Vaaduwar studying Kobali biology. Data shows the Vaaduwar Kobali studies done on Vaaduwar corpses. Great. So the Kobali basically are necromancers. Kobali are attempting to hide biological research from the Vaaduwar. Pissing crate somewhere. Oh, there it is. Found it. So I recommend accessing the Vaaduwar console. I'm just going to do that now. Now let's go and meet Hanchon Solar Door at the forward camp. Stop shooting, you jerk-offs.
Thank goodness you're here. You've recovered the data from our lost base? Excellent. I knew you could get the job done. Now, we need your expertise on several issues we're encountering.
Okay, well, we'll be doing that. Right, we'll be doing that in the next part, in part 60. That is the end of our adventures here on, well, the first half of our adventures here on Kobali Prime. When we return in part 60, we'll be doing the Kobali Crisis Act 2. Until then, I'm the Big B82. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up as well. And I will see you in part 60 of Kobali Crisis Act 2. Ciao for now.